Welcome to Vibing with Vicky. I'm back! Hey! I've been missing everybody. Let me blow some kisses at you. I'm so excited to be back. You know, I know some of you have been wondering, where is she? How can we start this thing and just leave me hanging? So I just wanted to explain a couple of things. Sometimes my job has me working late at night. Because I am the city clerk of Niagara Falls, and I'm also the director of youth and senior services. So sometimes I have to work late at night to be at the council meeting. So please forgive me for that, because sometimes they just hit me with the element of surprise. It's not always on the same day of the week. And hey, one day we're gonna come back and talk about the element of surprise, okay? And then I got hit with COVID again. So I just want to remind people, COVID is very much alive. And thank God I made it through, again, through his healing virtue. But please, wear your mask. If you see someone coughing and hacking, I call myself getting away from this person. But by the time I noticed it, I had already been in the person's presence. So I just want to encourage all of you. You know you're sick, please go get tested. Don't try and be your own physician and say, oh, it's allergies, or it's my sinuses. All of those are like symptoms of COVID, and we don't want to infect other people, okay? So, with all that behind us, I just want to remind you all about what happens here at 9716 Studio on Mondays at 6 o'clock p.m. This is Monday through Thursday at 6 o'clock p.m. Monday, we have Clearing the Mist with Ken Hamilton. Tuesday, of course, is myself, Vibing with Vicky. Wednesday is Faith Matters with Dr. Nasir Khan. And on Thursdays, it's Mind Your Business with Nas, okay? And we don't mean that in a negative way, but it's about minding your business, getting all into that thing, okay? So I'm so excited to introduce to you my co-host. Some of you have seen him before. This is my son, music producer, Darius Bryant, known as Droid. Droid is with us, and I want to tell y'all it's a miracle happening in the studio today. And you won't never guess what it is, because Droid is wearing some of my favorite colors, as you can see, black and white. He never does this, right? This man always have both color. I mean, as a kid, we went through, he would put on his orange shirt, shorts, his yellow shirt, his green suspenders, and this man would head out to church, okay? He's all about the crayons, all right? He is somebody who enjoys color. And this is who me and my son is all the time, you know? And I just want to encourage parents out there that you go through when they're growing up, but when they become men, you know, that relationship change, and you get to share some things. So we're so excited today, because we're getting right back into, because I think maybe one Tuesday out of the month, we're going to get right back into this relationship thing. So, you know, we talked about the missing piece. And so my co-host, you know, I wanted him here so the younger generation can hear about all of that missing piece and get some of these questions answered. Because what we didn't talk about as far as being that missing piece is that one person is out there looking for the missing piece. Okay, Droid, let's talk about that. That person is out there looking for the missing piece. And so the first question I have for you is, when did you discover who you are? Because before you connect with somebody else, right, you have to know who you are. Right. And I want to also say to my audience, we know we're having some technical difficulties, some audio difficulties. So don't worry, we're going to get it straight. But I need those questions to come up on the screen for me and Droid. Hit us, hit those comments, ask your questions, get those fingers going. I've seen you texting before. I seen some getting out there. I mean, get them all out there. I want those questions. Bring them, bring them, bring them, bring them. If we got to bring this into a part 2, we'll keep on taping. Come on, look at that. Ramona here, she said, hey, sis, thank you, come for showing up, Mona. That's my girl. She is at the City Hall, Buffalo, right? So City Hall is the municipalities is being represented tonight. All right, so let's talk about that, Darius. When did you discover who you are?
Man, I want to say I'm discovering who I am every day. It's changing as I'm evolving, but I feel like I knew what path I wanted to go down.
Okay.
You know, once I started, I knew I was a music producer when I won my first competition in Florida. So music production, that path. After that competition in 2009, you know, seeing that I had what it takes and my music had what it takes, put my music up against something for the first time and letting a judge that did things in the industry, judge it, was like, okay, you have what it takes to be a music producer. So I knew that was the path I was on. That was the part of who I am.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I feel like at that moment, yeah.
So what you're saying is you put yourself out there, but you didn't let that person give you your identity.
Right.
You just put your gift out there, and they recognize
absolutely
who you are. So I'm talking about this tonight, everybody, because when we talked about that missing piece, we talk about making a connection, right? And so now we got to say, before we even make that connection, we need to know what we bringing to the table, right? So we know that people always want to talk about that material thing they bringing to the table, or the money they're bringing to the table, but you bring your whole self to the table, okay? And so Mona's asking you a question.
What music influenced you?
Thank you, Mona.
A lot of Stevie Wonder, a lot of Quincy Jones, a lot of Ryan Leslie.
Wow.
Ryan Leslie was a big influence just because outside of music, he was big in the tech world too. He actually came out with a phone that was the start of the consumer and producer relationship, or like fan and artist relationship. So he was able to like text his fan directly and sell them tickets to shows directly, and not really have to have all of his tickets on commercial sites like Eventbrite and stuff like that.
Right.
So it was just kind of like keeping all that income and not really giving a percentage out. So that smartphone was a great idea.
Yeah.
Outside of that, Timberland, Swiss Beats. I feel like all those people were innovators, especially Quincy Jones. You know, he was the first one really traveling outside of the States. Like he went to Paris to learn how to chart orchestra strings and all of that, which is how we came with Thriller and PYT and all of that stuff with all this heavy string work.
Into the orchestra.
It was heavy into that. So, you know, I am that type of person. I like to travel out and do my research.
We got somebody else. Hi, Clarence. How you
What's
doing?
Good over there? So that was a lot of my influences right there. Obviously, a lot more.
Thank you for asking that, Mona.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate that. So I just want to give a little bit to what Joy was saying here. When did I come to realize who I was? So I was in 7th grade, and I was preparing for a speaking contest. And in the speaking contest, I was going toe to toe with this guy, and we both was doing the Martin Luther King piece. And I was like, you know, he think he's something because he a guy. You know, I don't care. I'm still going to kill this piece. I'm working the piece. I'm really getting it down. And I could feel it in my spirit. That's who I was meant to be, this motivational speaker. And what happened? Lo and behold, I never made it to the contest because I got the chickenpox.
Wow.
So I missed the contest. He went and spoke, and he got second place because I'm the first place. Okay, but anyway. We won't get into that right now. So I also want to talk about Bishop Sanders. Me and you both were on the Bishop Sanders for several years. And he said that a person or an individual is the sum total of their life experiences. And that has guided me from the time I heard him say that. So do you remember hearing Bishop say that on any number of occasions? He said it all the time. And so that made me realize that everything that I'm going through is working for my good, right? It's developing me. It's making me who I am. So in that, I want to say the missing piece looks funny until it find out where it fits. The missing piece looks funny until they find out where it fits. So for those of you who've been following me in this missing piece, it just looked like a slice of pie, right? You'd be like, who wants some kind of triangle with a half circle type of thing? Where is this going to fit? But I just want to say to you today, this is where I found out that the missing piece is not me. The missing piece is not you. The missing piece is the person we're looking to come on board with us. So, in knowing that, when you're looking for a missing piece, would you say that person will meet you in every area of your life? Or hey, Yolanda, she said, we said a mouthful. Come on. Said a mouthful, Minister Davis. So, would you say that person comes to fit in every area of your life? Or what? You tell us when you're looking for your missing piece.
Ideally, I would hope that a person can fit in every area of my life, but I'm already walking into a situation knowing that won't be the case. I expect for that not to be the case, you know, because everybody's not perfect, you know what I mean? Because if that was the case, then
can we get the camera on him?
a lot of relationships would be successful, you know what I'm saying? So like, I don't think they're gonna fit in every aspect, but like you said, like, I'm only 25% of the missing piece. So are they only 25% of the missing piece? So the missing piece is what we're embracing to become. You know what I'm saying? And so I have to allow you to show me what I'm missing, or you know what I mean. And I have to express what I'm missing. I can't even be shameful of that. That's the first step.
Listen here, I'm gonna jump up on that.
Is admit it.
We got to jump up on that. Oh, now you got to allow. Listen, if y'all didn't hear that word today, this comes from a young man. Okay, not from me. This comes from a young man. He has to allow himself. Come on now.
For real.
To be taught.
But I feel like if millennial now.
Oh, we heard a but. Go ahead.
I don't even feel like it get that far though. I mean, once you feel like a person ain't a good communicator, or I gotta tell him this or tell her this too much, then it's over. You're not even giving each other a chance to embrace the solution. The solution is the missing piece. How are we getting over or through this is the missing piece. You know what I mean? So like, if y'all not really coming together and explaining that, and it's just that, oh, I'm one and done, I already been there and done that, then you're never gonna find that piece in any relationship, because you always, I've been there, done that. I'm cutting. Right. Been there, done that. I'm cutting.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. Malik, are you out there? I need to hear from you. I need to hear if you hearing this, Malik. Al, are you hearing this? Okay. So what you're saying is some good stuff, that we have to allow it time to see if they had that missing piece. Now we're gonna talk about me, because I was bad. I was really, really bad. I love my late husband. He was a great man, but he had that missing piece for me. Everybody know I'm quick to speak, you know. I'm sharp-witted. I'm on that, but he was slow to speak, and boy, would he take his time. And there was a situation that happened with me one time, and I said, you know, I've been falsely accused of something. Maybe I should just go on and ask the person to forgive me and move on. And it just kind of brought tears in my eyes. And he looked at me, and he spoke to my spirit. And he said, you are not going to do that, because that's saying you did something wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. Don't you feel like you did anything wrong? I don't care if the majority is looking at you like you're wrong, and I don't care what position they're in. And I said, I don't want to lose my job because it happened at work. He said, get another one. You know, and you need to know your missing piece have your back like that. Right. You need to know that when you having a weak moment, that they're strong where I'm weak. I was weak in that moment, you know, and in that particular place. And but he was strong where I was weak, and that's when I needed. That's what was missing in me.
You know, too, because it sounds like you're saying,
like that picture right there.
Right, come on. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. You know, because it sounds like Rob was saying that, you know, at the end of the day, it's not about who's right, it's about what's right,
come on.
And I feel like I need to be applying that even in these relationships where we're trying to figure out the missing piece, because while everybody's trying to figure it out, they always focused on who's right. You want to win the argument. Right. You want to win that battle, whatever the case.
Can we see that picture again? I like that picture. I want us to see that picture again. Let's pull that up. Let's talk about that.
I can't pull it.
Look, Joy, look at that. All the other pieces. See how many of them are joined together? You know, but that one piece looks so awkwardly shaped.
Right.
But yet it fits. Right. Oh, come on, Val. She said, speak, young man. You're honest talking to you. So, okay, let's see what Ramona's saying. She said, would you say the missing piece can grow into a perfect fit? Ah, that's a good point. Can you speak on that today?
Can I say the missing piece can grow into a perfect fit? Yes. It can.
Yeah.
It can. It takes growth. I mean, I feel like that's the process where you're knowing who is going to be in that next chapter, because that's what all this is for, is preparing for the next chapter. Like dating, you're gathering that information to see if you can put a title, and if you got the title, you're gathering information to see if it could be a marriage. So all of that is you're showing me growth for it to become a perfect fit. You know what I'm saying? So I absolutely do believe that, but I absolutely also believe that, you know, again, if we're not allowing each other to see each other's perspectives, because that's what that is. I handle things different. I see things different. Right. So do you. Right. So where's the middle ground? You know what I'm saying? Because I may always want to handle things like that, but when I'm handling it with you, I'm willing to do this. Right. I'm willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm working on compromise.
I was getting ready to say how you handling that right there, because you can be a little strong.
I know I sound good right now, y'all, but let me be honest. I sound good.
Expose the truth today.
Man, but I'm working on compromising skills. I'm telling you.
Compromise.
Because like my mom said, like I'm quick.
Okay, hey Jenna, she said yes. I love this dialogue. Come on, Jenna.
Listen,
hey family. Uncle Al on there.
I'm quick to speak my mind, all this, but like Rob, like you said, he was quick to listen, slow to speak.
Oh my gosh.
You know, and like, man, I'm trying to be so much more quick to listen, and I'm trying to learn how to take accountability.
Come on, let's pause for a moment.
I gotta let y'all sit on that one. I'm learning how to take accountability.
Come on.
And I'm learning how to stop pointing the finger all the time and building the problem.
Yes.
You know, we just build, well, you did this and you did that. Well, what about when you did it?
Yes.
We got to stop that. Focus on right now. Who did this today? Today it was me.
Hey, I'm here to tell the audience it took him a long time to get here.
Growth. I had to grow into the perfect fit. I'm talking to you.
Hey, so what you're saying also is you got to have a forgiving spirit.
Absolutely.
All right. We got to have that forgiving. What we got? So Mona said yes, because a lot of times people listen to just respond. You're right, Mona, because they just waiting for a moment to jump in. You know, I used to be that person because I'm going to come with the juggler word.
Right.
I'm going to cut throat when I speak.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to learn this. And I had to get to a point, dear. So what we got? Yolanda said, it's satisfying the other person and the other person satisfying you. Focus on making each other happy. Love it, love it, love it, Minister Davis.
Absolutely.
And so I want to say that I had to learn, and I remember you and I having this conversation one time when I said, you know what? How can I say this without hurting this relationship? Not saying the truth isn't going to hurt. Right? But how can I say this without hurting the relationship? How can I say what I need to say to reach this person's heart?
Right.
You know, and sometimes I would just have to say, Rob, I need to say this because it's in here now, and I need to get it out. And I'm not saying this to hurt you. I'm saying this because it's what's right. You know, and I'll say whatever it is I needed to say. And I noticed that, and I want to say this to the listening audience today, it was my tone. I had to have the right tone when I said it, so that way I can reach the heart.
Right.
And I also had to make sure that the place and the time was right.
Now stop right there.
We gotta pause. Gotta pause. Come on.
Man, listen. Because listen, you know, I get a lot of situations. I'm sure everybody goes through that, and y'all feel like y'all gotta handle it and respond to it right then and there.
Yes.
When the intensity is so high and the anger is so high, y'all got 10,000 words to let off each on each other. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn to be like, listen, I'm not in the right state to communicate about this right now.
Yes.
Give me 10 minutes. Give me 15 minutes to take a walk and come back and we can talk, you know. And ladies, women do, men do this too, but ladies too, when a man says that, it ain't no, we gonna talk about this right now.
Yeah.
Pulling him back. Let him take that walk, because not giving him that opportunity is how things escalate.
Okay.
I'm trying to de-escalate.
Okay.
You know,
That's
and
fair.
a lot of men try to de-escalate, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that all cases, you know, are obviously domestic violence or whatever are stemming from that. But there are men out there that try to say, hey, I can't talk about this right now.
Right.
And we got to normalize respecting when the person isn't in the right state.
That's good. That's
at that moment, you know, because I can't even receive how I hurt you or see how I hurt you if you just talking at me the whole time.
Right, talking at you.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
not to me. We're not even talking to each other. We're talking at each other. So, you know, that plays a part too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I know we coming down to the wire, but let me ask this question. Have you ever felt like you had to prove yourself to a girl or to a lady?
All the time.
Really?
All the time. And I feel like that needs to be eliminated. There is nothing to prove.
Okay, we got a comment here. What you say, Ramona? It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Come on, sis. Come on. Come on.
Always
Come
how
on.
you
What
say
you say, Al? Al said tone is very important.
Very.
Listen, Al is off the telephone. We just pick him.
That's an insider, Al.
We love you, bro.
Yeah, I think that needs to be eliminated. There is nothing to prove. The only thing that we're proving is that we can develop a friendship, is that love is in the air. you know, and is that I'm willing to do what it takes to make us work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we're showing that we can sacrifice. That's what we're proving. You know what I mean? I can sacrifice to show you that you matter in my life.
Okay.
You know, and that should be the only thing I'm proving. Anything else outside of that, I mean, obviously, dates and, you know, can you show up for me in certain situations?
Right.
Yes. You know what I mean? But in the beginning, because I feel like I messed up a lot as a millennial by putting all those situations where I can show up in the forefront. I'm showing up first and then trying to build.
I'll put the laughing face up.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to build a friendship or get to know you mentally second when I should have been doing that first.
Right.
Then showing up for you, and now I'm splurging and doing materialistic things and showing up for a person that I've already known. We on the same level here. We're equally yoked. I guess that's what
I want to interrupt you on that for a second because I know you're driven by your music,
right?
You know, and I know it's going to take a very special young lady to that you will marry because you're so driven by that music. So have women ever felt like, you know, he's ignoring me, he's not giving me the time? Because when you have deadlines, I know you, I've seen you, you be up for days with these deadlines.
Absolutely. I'll be in the studio till 7 a.m. But I think that when the right person comes, you know, it's not going to be an ultimatum. It's going to be okay, let me show you how to go about this the right way. Let me show you how to prioritize.
Right.
If this is due, then this is what we're working on today. You're going to work on it from this is the amount of time you need. If you do got to stay over, then we're going to get you a setup at the house. And you can work at home. I don't care how late you stay up doing music. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I haven't ran into someone that's willing to compromise about it, you know, and I'm very unselfish. Like, if you're a doctor and you got to do surgery at whatever time, I respect that. You're a doctor. That's what comes with it. You know what I mean? If I got to go out of town because of our album calls, you got to respect it. It's what comes with it. But I do know the compromising part, the puzzle piece part is, if you need me, I got to sacrifice and be there for when you need me. If we have children, I got to learn how to make certain sacrifices and adjustments so that I can be the father or the husband or the boyfriend or whatever I need to be at the moment, you know? So, like, it's a 50-50 thing, because if I'm not showing that I can make sacrifices and you're not showing that you can be understanding, then it's not going to work. You know, I don't want it to be a battle or a choice, because I would never make you choose. I want you
to hear that? He will never make you choose. And I did love that about Rob. I didn't have to choose. Rob just supported. If I had to work late, he took care of dinner, you know. And he would even bring it to me and be understanding. And then sometimes we would hash it out together. He would help me try and figure out the answer, the solution to whatever I was working on. So you said some really, really good stuff about that. So when you come into this relationship, communication is key. So I had to get to a point in my life, because as a young lady, I felt like I'm not going to let this person know I'm feeling vulnerable right now. I want to always appear to be this strong person, and I found that, and I want to say this to men and women out there, to everyone that's listening: have you said to your mate, "You're safe with me"? Have you said that to your mate? You're safe with me. Because they bring in everything they had into that relationship. That means that old stuff is coming too. They haven't healed from all of that yet. You know, so, you know, that communication, you're going to find out where they need to heal. And or else they're going to, you know, they're going to tell you, or you're going to find it out. Pieces of it is going to leak out. But I think that's the one thing I know we as women, we need to hear from the man that we're about to give our heart to. I can't even begin to even reveal that side of me if I don't feel safe. And I want to hear about that from my audience. What do you think about, you know, have you even said to the person, you know, are you safe with me? You know, because there are some things you can do to make them feel safe. Of course, they don't want to see you talking to some other person, you know, or feel like their relationship is being threatened. But do you not know those words alone, embrace with a hug, what it can do for that person? You know, because even with you being my son, you know, you need to know that you're safe with me. Your words are safe with me. You can be vulnerable in front of your mother. Everybody don't feel safe with their parents, right?
And too, you know, as a man, I'm also realizing too, like, not even excluding men from having to go through this either, but a lot of women have been through traumatic experiences, you know, with men that they will never admit to your face, you know what I'm saying, because they probably don't want us looking at them a certain way or thinking whatever. But we got to keep that in mind, like, yo, she may be acting this way or, you know, doing this because of something she experienced that she can never even bring herself to even vocalize, you know, because she has never felt even comfortable enough or safe enough to vocalize.
We know you're a music person because you said vocalize. The social worker says verbalize.
Yep.
Come on.
2 different fields, dog.
Look at that.
Come on. This man back here on this media is on point, okay?
We gonna give